Big John, Big John.
Every morning at the mine you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip. And everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John. Big John.
This is the Milwaukee Grease Gun we got. I'll tell you what, it's handier than ever. On these flails you got your normal boom, you got a grease, everything like that. You got your feed wheel down there, you got to grease your bearing for your flail drum, you got a flail drum there, bearing there. You got a whole machine to grease. There's grease certs everywhere. Where the white tags are, you got grease. This is just one side, and then you got yokes behind those panels, and your front feed wheel, and all kinds of different stuff you can grease on this thing. But this Milwaukee Grease Gun, we've tried Lincolns. I've had Lincolns and knockoff brands and different brands, but this one right here is the best I've come across so far. We bought it, I don't know, maybe a year ago, but they're handier than ever. This little dial here, you can adjust to your different pumps. It can shoot 5 shots of grease and then quit, so you just stick it on every one and pull the trigger if you want. And that goes up to 15 if you want. I think the next one's 20. You can go all the way up to 50 pumps of grease. If that's how you want to do it, if you got different applications. But for this, I just leave it on. Every bearing's different on this, so it's not like they're all the same. Some are big. You got a big bearing there, but you got a grease cert on both sides. But some of the grease certs are just dust covers for the inner bearing, so you don't put a lot in those. So everyone's different. I'll tell you what, you got that, and then you got your 1 and your 2, and it locks. That's nice. Throw it in the pickup truck. Doesn't get all over. I don't know. It works perfect for what we do. What I like is that when I'm doing this chipper, I can set it down in places. Works. Oh, hit that second one there. That'll go right up there. Comes right out. No time. She'll pump the grease out of her quick. Makes it real nice. Real nice for doing a chipper that's got gobs and gobs of grease certs everywhere. So that's the Milwaukee, man. That just works wonderful on this chipper compared to some of the other ones we've had. So works good. Got a big old bearing up there for your shaft for your chipper disc. That gets a whole different grease, and there's actually no grease certs on it except for the dust covers. You gotta tear the whole top section out of it. It's just like this, but it's about twice as big. You take the bolts out and you take that top section off, rip all the grease out of it, and repack it. Every 1,000 hours to 1,500 hours. It's a messy job, and it takes some nasty, stinky grease. That's that Milwaukee. She works wonderful. It takes 2 hands to grease it. I'll do it with one. That one, the number 2 setting. Greasing that bearing actually in there. For my flail drum there, my hydrostatic motor, drive motor there. Got some lines. This thing just works wonderful. 18 volt, just man. Lithium. It's a good little grease gun.
Down the road here from me, there's an old holler tree where you lay down $1 or 2. Go on around the bend and come back again. There's a jug full of that good old Mountain Dew. Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.